Da-da-da-da. Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Jack, aka Digital JX, and today I have a tutorial video for this key door, and it's pretty compact. It's 4 by 4 by 5, so that's 80 blocks total, and a lot of that is airspace and rail carts and when tracks and stuff. But tracks are just naturally big in Minecraft, so there's nothing you can really do about it. So, my friend Wizard Penguin Studios, oh god, alright, sorry about that, something just popped up on my computer and it made my game freeze. Let me just close this real quick. Alright, so, my friend Wizard Penguin Studios, he made a design of this, and I figured, I thought it was a little too big, so I decided to give my shot, a shot at it, at compacting it. I'm not trying to insult him or anything, because his design is also very good, because he has something that my design doesn't, where if someone were to figure out your password and rename it, rename a piece of paper, if you're using paper as the key, if you were to rename that paper to that exact same name, it still would not work and it would still kill you. So I couldn't get that working, so his design is still has something that mine doesn't, so that doesn't mean that mine's better. I still think you should go check out his design. Alright, so now I'm just going to show you a little bit of the materials you're going to need. So you're going to need 21 building blocks, 3 comparators, 1 trap chest. It needs to be a trapped chest, and I'll explain why later. 3 blocks of redstone, 4 redstone, 3 redstone torches, 3 hoppers, a minecart with the chest. It can't be a hopper minecart, it has to be minecart with the chest, because 1, it's cheaper than a hopper minecart, so I don't know why you'd want that. And 2, it just, a minecart with a hopper doesn't work, so I'll explain that later. So then we have rails, 7 rails, 2 repeaters, 4 powered rails, an anvil if you want to name your items to your key or something, or your password. So you'd have 64, a stack of the items all named the same, and then 4 stacks of just random blocks. And my computer's lagging. There we go. Alright, so before we get into the tutorial part of building this, I just want to show you guys a little bit about how this works. So, you come over and you put in your key into the chest, and then this will go around. There's nothing left in here, and the item gets returned to you and the output point. Also, something quick I forgot to mention. If you put this in here, this line up here would turn on, which is the output line if it is a correct code, so you can hook that up to whatever you want to. Now I'm going to show you what would happen if you did something that doesn't work. So notice how this turns on, and it doesn't. The way that would work is we use that, so when someone opens a chest, this power would go through and it would come out right here, and it gives you just enough time, so if you put in something that does work, it would power this comparator, but because it goes through the hopper, but it gives it just enough time to go through that hopper, but to put this torch on, which will turn off this torch before this signal gets here. So if you put something else that doesn't work in, then what would happen is it wouldn't be able to go into there. It would get caught here, and it would turn off this, which would turn this on, and this chest would also come on about the time that this comes on. So it's like an AND gate, but it doesn't work if an item goes through it pretty fast. That's the only reason why this is here, because still an item would come in and it would power this for just a quick second. Sorry that another thing popped up on my computer. Alright, so it would go through for just a second, put out a very short pulse, but it'll still put out a pulse. So we have to put this in so that it'll turn it off if it'll power this, turn off that torch, just if an item is passing through. So that's how that works. Also, why can't you use a minecart with a hopper? Because it will take it like pulls items out of hoppers faster. So instead, it'll pull out 2 items and only put 1 item back. So you get an item stuck in here. This only pulls out 1 item, only releases 1 item. So, so basically you don't have to refill it. You still get your items back. So now I'm gonna get to the tutorial part of this. Oh yeah, and one quick thing I forgot to mention. So the way all these comparators are here. So what would happen is when you put one more item in here that can stack, then it'll put this comparator at 15, and I have this in subtraction mode. So what it does is the output would be equal to input A minus input B. So currently I have it on an output 1, which is just enough to turn off this torch because this gives out power level 15, and then this gives out 14 right now. So 15 minus 14 is 1. But when you put it in, this becomes 15. So when it comes 15 minus 15, it would equal 0. There would be no output. This torch could turn on, powering this. And also, if you're wondering about over here, why there's a jump, that's because if that's not there, the minecart would go too fast. Then that it would go over this track and start over again. So what needs to oh god, I accidentally pushed it. Alright, so that slows it down right here. It would slow it down so that it stops right here where it's supposed to stop. Also, one other quick thing I'd like to mention is it's fairly expensive to rename this whole stack. I don't think it would tell me. Oh yeah, it tells me 39. 39 is pretty expensive, so you're going to need like an XP farm or something if you're building this in survival. But other than that, it works pretty dang good. Alright, so you're going to need to get all the items that I went over earlier. So I'm just going to get these. I'm going to stick with the name key. Oh god, I keep putting all this back in the chest. So I'm going to stick with the key. I'm not going to need this since I already renamed them. Okay, and there. So let's get started. So let's just build out a little from this and get the tutorial going. So what you're going to want to do is, where's my trap chest? There you are. So, oh god, lag, sorry about that. Trap chest. I'm going to want to put a block here, put a hopper on top of that so it points down, and then put another hopper going into that. If you don't know how to put hopper into another hopper, you just shift click into that hopper and it'll face that way. Then what you're going to want to do is put your repeater down. Oh my god, another thing popped up on my computer. Sorry guys. Alright, so you're going to put another repeater here on 4 ticks. Alright, now what you're going to want to do is I need to shift click. I hate shift clicking while flying because then obviously you go down. Alright, comparator here and a comparator here. Aha, right there. And then put another block here with the comparator facing that way, and just right click on this comparator and have it so that this torch is on. And we're gonna put our block of redstone right here. And now you can feel free to fill up your dispenser. So you're gonna want to keep one piece and put, not the dispenser, the hopper, derp. Put 63 in the first slot. It needs to be the first slot. And then the other 4 stacks of the junk. Alright, so now you're going to put a block here. Redstone torch. A block here. And go down. Put another block there. Block there. Here, you're going to need to put a block of redstone just to power the track here. Alright, I'm just looking over real quick just for reference. Okay. And there. Put a block there. And then put a hopper there so that faces down. This is going to be the output point. So this is where you'd get your key back, and you could have like hopper trains going like everywhere, wherever you want it to go, and put another rail on here. Then what you're going to want to do is put a block, put a rail there, and then destroy that, so you're stuck with this curved block. No, that doesn't go there. It needs to be a redstone block there. So you need to go down one and out one. Oh my god, stop popping up on my computer. I don't care. Alright, so then you put a block here. You're going to need to turn it. Let me just toggle the downfall real quick. Alright, there we go. And I think I'm going to... No, you don't need any more redstone blocks. Because if you add any more redstone blocks, it would go too fast. Alright. And there we go. Now, you can do is you can build up here. And this can be your output point. So right there, let's put our minecart here. Now, we're going to just have to do the AND gate real quick. So you do that. There. That there. Put another redstone repeater. I think you can put it on 2. But normally, just to be safe, I put it on 3. And now you're going to want to put a block here. And where are my redstone torches? Alright, redstone torch, redstone block here, redstone torch here, and you can put your output right here. And that's it, guys. I think you're basically done. So, let's just test it out. Put that in there. It goes. We get it back. And if we put in something that doesn't belong there, then we get this output. So, yeah, guys, it works. Congratulations, you just built a compact 4x4x5 key door. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, go check out Wizard Penguin's video about it and his channel, and subscribe to his channel because he's really awesome. Like, seriously, subscribe. And just go check it out. Just take a few minutes out of your life to check out his channel. I don't really ask for much. Why does this stuff keep popping up? Alright, so I don't really ask for much. Just go check him out because he's a really cool guy. And he has all these really cool redstone videos. And yeah. Also, please rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace